Do you guys hear the birds? Hey guys, welcome back to Thankfully Packed. My name is Chris. So today we're going to Home Depot, but we're going to Home Depot for a little bit of a different thing than usual. So I'm actually focusing on outdoor plants right now because I am working on a little project where I extended my front lawn's garden bed. I basically took away maybe like another foot or two of grass just to have a little bit more space for plants. So that's what we're gonna do. I did it last week already on one side and I added a bunch of new perennials. They're gorgeous. Can't wait for them to fill in and keep going year after year. But the other side of my lawn is very bare. It's just basically a dirt patch now and there's no plants. So we're gonna go and look for some more perennials. And I'm kind of going for like a soft fairy garden vibe. I just want lots of colors and different blooms and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna check that out. But of course, I'm gonna check out the houseplant section. Like I have to go inside and check the indoor section. Of course, I don't think I've ever made it to any garden center without checking it out. So we'll check there too. But yeah, we're mostly focusing on outside. So I hope you guys are ready for a few little flowers. It's such a gorgeous day outside. I've been waiting for this weather all winter, even spring. We still got snow in spring, okay? So I'm gonna soak this up. And what better place to do it than at the flower section? Duh. Anyway, let's go. Of course, before we get to the flowers, we have to do what every responsible plant person does and immediately get distracted by houseplants. You know what I mean? Like I did go in through the garden center, but I went straight to the indoor section. I mean, look at this neon pothos. So pretty. She's been through some things though, so I don't know. I did leave it, but honestly, wouldn't we all look a little bit rough after being shoved into a Home Depot display after coming from a nice nursery? I feel like we all would. Spotted one of my favorites. Every time I see this plant, I have to pick it up. I don't care how repetitive I am about this, but the Ring of Fire is just in a league of its own. It's so freaking beautiful. You guys know I love it, and mine at home gets watered whenever I happen to remember it exists, and it's somehow still thriving. And that is the kind of confidence I aspire to have at all times, okay? I'm such a sucker for a wavy leaf. I don't know what it is, but the more dramatic the leaf shape, the faster I fall in love. This Pros and Jade Pothos was actually tempting me a bit. I'm not gonna lie, $22 isn't terrible, especially for the size, but I've definitely seen fuller ones with a little bit more of a trailing situation going on, so I managed to keep it moving, but I did really heavily consider it. Now, somebody is going to have to explain this one to me that I'm about to show you. Apparently, this is a fuzzy tradescantia. I don't know how to say that word too well, but it's called the Velvet Stripe. And no offense if you own one and love it, but this plant literally looks like somebody left a fake plant on a bookshelf for 10 years and it collected a layer of dust. Like, is it cute? Is it not cute? I don't know. Am I being too harsh? Like, it feels nice, but I just cannot get past the fact that it already looks like it survived a spider mite infestation. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on it and I'll consider it another time, but it just, something about it is just kind of giving me the ick a little bit. I don't know. If I were going to buy a currently blooming orchid, this is the one that I would buy. I'm about to show you. It is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like somebody splattered purple paint across them. The blooms are amazing. Meanwhile, my own orchid experiment, which you can find on my latest plant tours video where I basically took a clearance orchid and put it in some water, that one has 0 blooms, but I honestly forgot what the blooms look like. So whenever it decides to bless me again, I think that'll be like a fun little surprise to see what they look like. Anyway, nothing too crazy in the floor plant section, kind of the usual stuff, big money trees, etc. Nothing too crazy. This Palea looks so fake in the best possible way. The leaves are almost a little bit too perfect. Part of me keeps wondering if it would make a good terrarium plant, which is funny because I still haven't made the second terrarium I keep talking about. I have this glass lamp that is just going to be so cool when I finally get around to it. But anyway, let's look at some Hoyas. This is the Sea Stone Hoya. Every single time I see these, I pick it up every single time. But every single time, I ended up putting them back down. I don't know. I want all the Hoyas, I really do. I just wasn't feeling the spark today. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't calling to me. And it's also really not what I'm here for. So it has to be something that I'm really like, yes, this is something I need for me to want it. This cactus succulent thing here, this euphorbia, is really, really freaking cool. Look at the shapes of these. It was on sale too. It looks like something that belongs in a Dr. Seuss book. I didn't buy it, but I definitely stared at it for longer than necessary. The succulent section was also pretty much what you'd expect. Lots of tiny little succulents, lots of aloe, lots of plants that make me think I can, you know, make them thrive, and then I get them home and they probably like rot away. I don't know. Some peperomias here actively falling apart on the shelf, which is very relatable. And I thought that was it. I was about to head over to the outdoor section, but I spotted this cart as I was walking out, you guys, and I see something hanging. And I was like, wait a minute, is that what I think it is? And it was. It's the Hoya Mathilde Splash, and not just a Hoya Mathilde Splash, a trailing Hoya Mathilde Splash, like a really nice one. My last one completely dried up and failed. I don't know what I did wrong. To this day, I could not tell you. But naturally, the solution is buy two more, right? Obviously. Like if one Hoya is good, two Hoyas are great for emotional support. Look how long these are though. The splash is so gorgeous. I love a little interest on the leaf. What can I say? After that, I found this plant called Beautiful. Yes, Beautiful Summer Nights. And honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just kind of looked like a golden pothos. I don't know. Is that what this is? Didn't really seem like anything too crazy that I must have, and I feel like I already have like 3 pots of this at home, so I did leave it. Oh, there was some Tradescantias, some ivy, beautiful jade pothos as well. Can't ever go wrong with that. Pretty, but not enough to make me open my wallet. Also spotted some string of bananas here. I actually have one of these at home thanks to a friend. She gave me her whole pot and it's doing okay-ish, I think. I don't know. I still have kind of a complicated relationship when it comes to string of things. They'd survive sometimes, but more often than not, I don't know. They don't like me, I guess. I found this giant jade plant and immediately remembered my poor variegated jade that lost the battle against mealybugs. I was so sad when it got infested and I kept treating it and it just kept getting more and more infested no matter what I did, so I had to just toss it. I had to give up and realize that it wasn't worth keeping in my collection, especially if it was gonna spread, which I didn't want. But maybe I'll try a jade another time. Nice little fern here. I think that's a staghorn. Also up here, you'll see one of my personal favorites right now, the roadkill cactus. Mine at home is currently sporting some googly eyes and an orange bow tie. Check out my last video if you want to see what it looks like. Very appropriate. Palea here, the friendship plant. The irony is that the same friend who gave me the string of bananas gave me a propagation of her Palea, and it died. It just died. I don't know what happened. Maybe the propagation wasn't ready to be transplanted because she kind of just popped it off and handed it to me, and then I put it in soil. Maybe I should have put it in water for a little bit longer. I don't know. Some snake plants here. I believe they're still called snake plants. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is one that's actually on my list, but it's only 2 inches. I love it, the look of it, like the cylindrical, shape to these little spikes. The only problem is I don't want a tiny one. I want a giant dramatic one from the get-go. I want one that looks like it belongs in a fancy lobby. So for now, I resisted. I also found this fishbone cactus. Again, another one that's on my list. Very exciting, but I noticed what looks suspiciously like mealybugs on it, and that is a no-go for me. I don't care. I'm leaving it behind. As much as I love plants, I love not having pests even more, so back on the shelf it went. Alrighty, enough getting distracted. Time to actually look for what I came here for today. And honestly, the outdoor section did not disappoint, you guys. The flowers were everywhere. Purple flowers, pink flowers, white flowers, basically every color imaginable. I don't even need to buy anything sometimes. Just walking around and looking at the blooms makes me so happy. Now, the mission today was perennials. As you can see, like I said earlier, I want things that are going to come back every year because I'm trying to build up this little garden, little by little without having to start from scratch every spring. And these were actually, I think, pretty reasonably priced too. Around $10 each. I spotted some phlox, which I'm really interested in. And then I found some other ones that are my favorites. I am a total noob when it comes to planting and gardening outside. So, a more experienced gardener would probably be cringing at what I'm choosing. But honestly, I go for what I like to look at. And this one right here, the silver mound, it is just absolutely incredibly soft, like unnecessarily soft. I already planted a couple of these on the other side of my garden. Also, be honest, are we twinning right now? because this plant and my hair have a very similar energy, and maybe that's why I'm attracted to it. I also came across these foxgloves, and if you're trying to create a fairy garden vibe, how do you not immediately fall in love with foxgloves? I did not pick up any on this particular trip because I want to check out my local nursery first, and if they don't have them, I'll come back. There's a good chance I'll come back for these. They're gorgeous. And at this point, I was just mostly wandering around pretending I had a plan while adding more and more plants to my mental wish list. Look at these splashy petunias. I love these. I really do. The colors are incredible. Every year I see them and I think maybe this is the year. And then every year they remind me that they require a level of watering consistency that I simply do not possess. And I put them in my flower boxes. They look amazing for like 2 minutes and then they dehydrate and completely die. And at this point, I'm honestly just considering fake flowers for some of my porch planters. I know, but hear me out. If the choice is between fake flowers that look nice all season and then real flowers that survive for approximately, 11 business days, I feel like we just need to have a conversation. The flowers going in the ground, though, those will be real. I'm not giving up that easily. I'm also buying this shepherd's hook that you see right here because I want to be able to hang a bird feeder or two in my front yard. This wouldn't be one of my shopping trips if I didn't get distracted by something completely unrelated to my goal, but I found some citrus trees. Ever since I got into plants, I've been fascinated by the idea that you can actually grow lemons indoors, especially where I live. I live in New England, so it's not like a tropical, climate year round. Anyway, imagine casually walking over to your plant collection and grabbing a lemon. That feels fake and magical at the same time, and I want that for me. So anyway, this little tree was the only one that looked interesting to me. It was variegated, and I feel like when it comes indoors for winter, it'll actually blend in with the rest of my houseplant collection. Now, do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. Do I have dreams of someday harvesting a lemon? Absolutely yes. So if you have any lemon tree tips, please leave them in the comments because I'm going to need all the help I can get. Right before heading out, I spotted these gorgeous Shasta daisies, and they are so pretty to me. Until I looked at the price tag, it wasn't that bad, but thankfully, I actually managed to find one on clearance because, I love a good clearance section. I was so happy to find it. It's a little bit kind of half dead, but it'll come back. It's a perennial. Anyway, at this point, the cart was officially filled up, and I felt like mission accomplished. Well, mostly accomplished. Because let's be honest, I still wanted about 20 more plants, and I do have dreams of going to my local plant shop, like I said. So this is the side of the lawn that I've already gone ahead and extended. You can kind of tell what's new and what's old. So everything in front with these flowers, that's all new. And I'll show you real quick what I purchased. So as you can see, I also moved the pavers forward because I just wanted some more space for plants. So I've got this blanket flower right here, the silver mounds I was talking about, some phlox. That right there is actually a perennial that I got on sale last year, and it's blooming. I might deadhead it to get some more blooms this year, but yeah, it came back just like it said it would, so that's a win. Then I got, so like I said, some more phlox, some more silver mound, and another blanket flower because I kind of wanted a symmetrical look. Everything else is old. I've got some boxwood shrubs that I got 2 years ago. They're finally starting to grow. They were like yay high when I first got them. This plant is a little trampled, but it's okay. It's supposed to look like this, and they have these beautiful bluish purple blooms like this. I think most of them fell off at this point, but yeah. This tree is done. Dunzo. It did not survive. It's okay. Now coming over to the other side, this is the infamous dirt patch that I'm talking about. So yeah, all dirt, nothing here. So this is basically nothing, but it's a blank canvas, and that's exactly where I'm going to put all those flowers I purchased. Another one of those perennials from last year. Some of these things I borrowed from my parents' old house, like this plant right here. I got it from them before they moved, and it's been doing really good. Every year it comes back, every winter it dies down. Actually, this is a better example of the blooms that this flower gets. I believe this is salvia, and the bees go nuts for that plant. Seriously, they absolutely love it. It's so nice to see. This is a lily. It hasn't bloomed yet, but when it does, it's these beautiful bright pink lilies. Absolutely gorgeous. That's another boxwood shrub, some weeds that I don't really care about. Another one of those salvias. Another plant I borrowed from my parents' house. In general, the long-term goal is for both sides of the garden to feel balanced and full and colorful, and eventually I'd love for everything to have like that soft cottage fairy garden fairy look, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the final thing I need to tackle is the lawn itself, or what's left of it. I seriously am considering a clover mix out here. I know there's a little bit of a controversy on whether clover is good or not, but at the end of the day, this is nothing. And clover at least will attract some pollinators. I also love the fact that it's drought tolerant, and you already know my watering isn't the best. So I think I'm just going to be throwing in some clover seeds, maybe on the next video. Stay tuned if you care. So yeah, that's the plan. A lot less grass and a lot more flowers. Do you guys hear the birds? I love it. Anyway, I came home with quite a few plants. So the first was this phlox, which I already have a few phlox on one side of my garden. And so I kind of wanted to sort of even it out. I got this variety. I don't really know which one this is exactly. Oh, I do. It says Sweet Summer Surprise. There we go. Gorgeous color. It's kind of a fuchsia, maybe. I don't know. This one has a little bit more white and purple to it than this one, but I don't mind. Like I said, I wanted a variety. Oh my God, the birds. So pretty. I'm also working on like bird feeders, bird baths, and bird houses. I want all the wildlife to visit me. I want it all. Anyway, continuing, I also got more of this. This is the silver mound perennial. I have a few of this in my front yard already, and I wanted at least one more. So I think I'm gonna maybe try to center this on the side of the lawn that doesn't have any. It is so soft. I've never touched anything softer than this. This is crazy soft. I wish you guys could feel it. Super cool. I also got this, which is a Shasta daisy. So instead of $20, I paid $10, and I had already seen it before it was on sale. So I was excited to see it because although a lot of this looks dead, I think I'm just gonna deadhead it as much as I can, plant it in the ground, and I think it'll bounce back just fine. But look at these pretty blooms. So gorgeous. Then I got these. These are called blanket flowers. I got 2 of them because I'm going to try to like put them on different ends of the yard, but they were only like 11 bucks, which is not bad. And again, super pretty. So as you can see, I'm going for like a variety of different colors and things like that. I just think it's gonna look so gorgeous. And again, all of these are perennials. So with, you know, some luck, they will all come back next year and be bigger and better than ever. I really wasn't sure about this lemon tree, but something told me to just get it. I'm gonna try my best. I know absolutely nothing about growing these indoors. I think I'll probably keep them outside for the spring, summer that we're having right now. And then I think the instructions say to bring it inside and supplement with grow lights. I thought it was cool, and it looks nice too. The fact that they're variegated kind of sold me. This was the only variegated one left, I think. And I think it'll look really cool indoors as well when it's not, you know, fruiting and when it's not outside. I think it's going to be really, really cool. If you guys have any tips specifically on the lemon, please let me know because I have literally no idea how to grow this. Besides the instructions, I'm going to do some research, but this was a little bit of an impulse buy. I wanted to ask in real time and post about it, but I needed to go home, so I didn't have time to ask you guys about what you think. Anyway, I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope for the best when it comes to this lemon plant. This could technically be an indoor plant, so we'll count this as like both, but the real indoor plant that I got today were these Matildes. My last Matildes unfortunately did not survive. I have no idea why, because Hoyas tend to be, sorry, I just love this bird right now. The Hoyas tend to be pretty hardy in my house, but my last Matildes just shriveled up and died. So I got these, and they were cheap enough. Honestly, I should have gotten a third one, but I got 2. I think this was 10 bucks total. How awesome. I love when the plant is already trailing. This would have been fine, but 2 together is just going to make for an immediately full pot, and I can't wait. So I'm going to put these together probably in a separate video at some other point. So look out for that if you want. I'm never caught up with plant chores. There's always something to do. But look how gorgeous this little Hoya is. Really splashy in the center. I hope I get more of those. Anyway, yeah, that is it for today's little haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy shopping with me today, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really, really helps my channel out, and I appreciate you guys so freaking much when you do. And in general, I want to hear what you guys are doing in your gardens. I know this is more of a houseplant channel, but I did kind of start off in the beginning doing gardening as well. So let me know what you guys are planting. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.